we have something new that's called pyramid cards that we brought in from Germany.
You mean they're not from Egypt?
They're not from Egypt. No, Anne.
Well, we have lots of different styles in these, right?
Yes.
And they have a great quality of stacking them.
They
with
do.
foam tape.
And it's very fun because those of us who love paper towel have another dimensional thing that we can do.
Right. So if you're familiar with paper towel, you'd be a pro at this because I think this would be a good introduction.
Also, these are die cut, so you don't even have to cut them out. So
Perfect.
So if we intrigued you, so come play with us. Okay, let's take a look at the packages. We have 6 of them here. Now each,
come with 2 different sheets.
yeah, so like this, and I didn't
Wow.
realize that at first. And they are pretty lightweight, which they need to be for the die cutting to happen.
And they have a nifty little diagram here of how to stack them.
Yes, okay, so
They're also numbered, right?
yes, and that's very important. Okay, so I'm going to scoot these aside and let's bring in some samples. So this first one is the twisting pyramid. So you see the whole card there, and you can see the get well.
Can you see those different layers? The
Yeah.
shadows.
Let's turn it.
There we are.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
that's a really fun look.
And you can see how each layer is applied and twisted. And
But the image isn't twisted. The image
Right.
stays the same. So that's the magic of the twisted pyramid.
and then the layers, they're put together with foam tape with those, just the tabs.
And the actual punching out of the images is very, very easy because they're die cut. They just come right out.
Okay.
And then they will have a few nibs along the edges, so
Yeah.
you can either trim those off with scissors or sand them down.
Right. Now, this is a rectangle. Now, the one that you just the one you were punching out was also a rectangle. Now, this one is not twisted, so they're just stacked one upon the other. I think that's a great shot, so you can see. But you really do get the dimension,
Yeah.
and it's just a very neat look.
It is. I think people will wonder, how do they do
How
that?
to do that? Yes. Now, you've already punched them out.
Yes, so
Okay.
I've punched out these hearts, and we're recycling this paper. So
Oh, okay. So don't
hide
show
that.
that. Don't show that corner. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna glue down the biggest layer, which is the
Okay.
bottom layer. Just gonna tack it down. And I've already applied foam tape to the other layers.
Okay.
So here they are. So they come in order. I mean, the images are numbered,
Right.
so you know which one. And basically, the largest goes first. And you just want to match up the image.
So it is a matching game.
It is a matching game.
And they're offset just a little bit because there are 6 layers in most of these. So that's really going to give you some nice dimension.
Yeah, so if you can imagine 6 layers of foam tape on your car, that's going to be nice.
Yes. And so you're just, and I think it's a little hard to see because the camera's tending to flatten it, but you can see that each of these is somewhat smaller than the previous one. And so you already have 3 layers on there.
Right. And I'm trying to get this center.
It's kind of hard from the angle
It's
you're at,
kinda
huh?
hard, but I think I can do it.
Actually, and before you place that last, are you at the last one? Just bring it in a little bit. Yeah, so you can see how that's going to, just match right up with your rose. And they do tend to have quite a few flowers in what we're, Karen, isn't that pretty?
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the type that's just one upon the other, not the twisting. And now we have something, it's another one. Okay, so this is a twisted one, and it's nice, I think, always to see how to use them because they are substantial. They're going to be a nice focal.
Right. So you can add embellishments on the sides, just like that bow, which is really pretty.
And here, this has been put on one of the labels from the template.
From the 15 Lovely Labels template.
Yeah, there you go. So that's going to make another nice background. And this was on Earth's palette, so using some of the embellishments that come in that paperback.
Right,
And
that
then
cute Brad.
and on the inside, just using more, because you will be using all of the paper. There aren't extra embellishments
Right.
like there is in paper towel. Okay, so this again is another of the twisted pyramid.
And here is another beautiful card. This is made with a circular.
Now this one
pyramid.
has a background.
Right, this has a frame around it, so she actually glued down the first piece and then cut out this circle,
Okay.
and then created the pyramid on the inside.
Okay, and you can see the dimension in that rose.
Mm-hmm.
So what's nice with the window is you kind of get double duty out
Yeah.
of it. So that works really well. We've got a Thinking of You Dazzle at the bottom.
Very pretty.
Now we've seen some cards.
And here is an album
This
cover.
is beautiful.
This is very pretty.
Okay, these are very light colors, so let's get in really close. This is the Sarah Service 6x6 album, and it's been covered with the paper, and it looks like that has been speckled.
Yeah, this is sprayed a little bit with walnut ink.
Oh, okay.
So, and she's
On the
painted
spine.
this side with a pale, pretty pink.
It's beautiful. And then our pyramid, this is another one that has a frame.
Yeah, they have different styles. Some of them have frames that you can layer, and this frame has 2 layers. And then the inside pyramid has about 3 stacked on top of each other. So you're getting dimension in 2 different ways.
Wow, that's really just stunning. So a nice thing too to think about as we back up is that, okay, here it is on an album, but you know, if you were to do all of this onto a card, you've got a gorgeous card.
Yeah, and you get 4 different images in each package.
Yes, so that's going to go very far for you. Now, our last one is another of the swirl. So just to show
Twist,
that.
very cool.
Now, there are hearts, there's ovals.
There's octagons. There's
Okay.
like some rectangles with the corners cut off. So there's lots of different shapes of the
Right.
pyramids.
So just gorgeous. And even though this has got 6 layers, I would say that's not quite a half an inch. What do you think,
Yeah,
Ann?
looks about that.
So now we've shown you cards in an album, but these would certainly be beautiful on a scrapbook page. So you're not limited to just one look, but I think that these are something that we're going to see a lot more of.
Oh, for sure.